Welcome to the show tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Tony Gomez Show. Guys, I have the pleasure of having in the house tonight Acid Wizard, baby. Hell yeah. So we got Max Riot, we got Fernando Moreno, and Tommy Gunz right there. Members of Acid Wizard. Guys, thanks for being on the show tonight. How y'all doing?
Good, Tony. Hey, what's going on? Cheers, brother.
Thanks a lot for joining me. Man, we were just talking a second before we tuned in and started going live, guys, who were about when we were playing for Tony's benefit over at the House of Rock. And I saw these guys, man, they fucking killed it. God, you guys are so fucking heavy. Playing Doom, like you guys, Doom sludge, like you guys have in your genre, as you label yourselves, is fucking hard. When you're playing shit that heavy and slow, being on time is not an easy thing to do, especially when you come from like a speed background or like a fast drumming background that I know Tommy Gunz is familiar with. But I respect the art of getting it tight and getting it right and being right in the pocket. And you guys execute. And with Fernando's vocals, it sounds fucking brutal. So I'm a big fan of Acid Wizard, man.
Yeah, slowing it down with the heavy vocals is sick.
Yeah, it takes.
Yes.
It definitely took some getting used to, because the same thing. I never played anything that slow and that intentional before. It was like it was always faster thrash, southern metal, stuff like that, and it was slow, maybe just like a little intro, but the whole song was much faster. Now it's kind of the opposite. We have like one song that's got a little bit of tempo to it, and pretty much everything else is pretty tuned down and a little more groovy, I guess.
It's slow with power.
Yeah, when I first
slow with power.
When I first met Fern, and I was doing a riff, and he's over here, and he did his first vocal. Man, he had my head shoot up. I was like, "Damn, that's it right there." He had it nailed down from the start.
Yes, brother. Hell yeah. Well, I've seen Fern do it, and he does it great, man. So keep on working the chops with the bass and the vocals. It only gets better from here. You're already getting it down. I've seen it live. Keep it up, brother. It's going great. So let me ask you about the formation of the band. We were talking about that before we tuned in, and I want Tommy to share that story. But before we get to that story, Fernando, tell me how the band formed and when it got started.
So it was late 2023, and I had been looking for a band some kind of project to do for a couple years at that point, and I had moved back to Texas in 2019, and eventually was, I guess, stable enough with work that I wanted to get back into it, and just hadn't found anything, like just tons of auditions and nothing.
Yeah.
And I really just wanted to do vocals, and Max posted on, or Riot posted on the Corpus Facebook Corpus Musicians page, one of those local pages, and said want to do Doom, and I was like, I've never pursued that before, it's not like something I had listened to, but never even thought of pursuing it as like actually playing it, and and at then not that time not even playing it, just doing vocals for it, and I was like, well, I don't really have that that Aussie type vocal range, so I was just like, I'm gonna just shoot down the middle and just keep it heavy and see how it goes. And Max's riffs are just like crushing heavy, and that's because I think we got shut down by the neighbors one of the first times we were jamming over here. And,
fuck yeah!
So that's why we just go to TFC now to avoid all that, because
they can't handle the heaviness, brother.
Oh yeah, they said they were cool, but they weren't cool once it got going.
It was like
they test their patience. Whose house was it? Was it yours, Max, or Fern's?
Place.
Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, I bet you they were already tired of him already.
We're here at Riot's House of Pleasure.
Okay, I bet he was he'd been jamming already in the garage and in the house, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then you come in, he's like, "Oh God, hell yeah!" Let me ask you also. So, I also seen you guys. Well, you and Max got together, and then who else joined the band?
So early on,
we had a set-in drummer. We had a set-in drummer named like Roman or something like that. And Roland, and he was just kind of. He told me, he said, "Hey, I'll stick with you guys till I move, just to help you guys out." And that rolled through for a little bit, and then Fern knew Mo.
Moises from Sunshut.
Yeah.
And he picked up drums somewhere in the last 10, 12 years or so. And he said he wanted to give it a shot. So we practiced with him for a while. He had his own little studio at his house. And but he wanted to play faster. He wanted to play something more along the lines of what he always played, and that's fine. It's just that wasn't the speed we wanted to go. And,
right. Yeah.
And I really don't remember how we met Inez. I think it was another post.
Angie knew him, I think. Or did she? No, it wasn't. It was Ed. Or was it Ed?
I honestly,
I don't remember. I'm kind of fuzzy on it too.
But we somehow we started talking with Inez, and I knew he had chops for days.
Yes.
On drum. And so we started working with him, and he actually wanted to do shows. I think he got us through Dillo. He got us that first show at Rich's, opening up for Pissing Razors.
What a first show! Fuck yes.
Yeah, no, on like total. I was at home in my recliner, done for the day.
Yeah.
And hits us up saying, "Hey, Dylan wants to know if you want to open up for Pissing Razors tonight." And I was like, "Hey, why not?"
Fuck yes.
Recliner, not doing anything. And, and that's how it started, and that's how we initially met Tommy. Not even realizing we were gonna. He filled in on drums a couple times, just a couple shows. He filled in at the last Dillo Fest. The last one.
Okay.
They did not have to cancel Dillo Fest because I stepped in as a backup drummer, and I was so happy to play Dillo Fest. Shout out to Dillo for putting those on for years and years. Thank you, Dillo, for all the Dillo Fests. We all go back many years with Dillo Fest. That was the last one, I believe.
Yeah.
That was the last one. So, well, Tommy, tell me about.
They walked out, man, and that was a really, really good set.
Yes. Tell me about when you first saw Acid Wizard and your reaction and how that came together.
Well,
over Rich's that night.
I was there to see my brothers in Piss and Razors. Shout out to everybody in El Paso.
Yes, Piss and Razors love. You know it. We love Piss and Razors here. El Paso love.
I was there to pour shots down their throats, sir, and that's what I did. To party with Piss and Razors and line it up and tell them it's in the rider.
That's right,
rider, guys.
Classic. It's in the rider.
It's in the rider. At Rich's, it's in the rider. So I started lining up all the Blacktooths, like 10 at a time. And
damn,
these guys went on stage, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing, man. Somebody was like really bringing out an acid bath Sabbath meets crowbar sound.
Fuck
and it was
yes,
like blowing my mind, right?
Yeah,
that's the best way I kind of.
Oh yeah, he started
screaming me out.
Dr. Seuss's Dead lyrics.
Is that right?
Like, okay, yeah, I think we got one.
I haven't heard anything like this.
Fuck and yeah.
I'm not even thinking about playing drums again, honestly. And just chilling out with the Razors from El Paso coming through, and these guys are opening up the show. And when they get off stage, I introduce myself and said that I have a style that would complement what you guys are doing, and started pouring shots down their throat.
Yes, sir.
And that's exactly what, back to back. So another round of shots, So now we're 30 shots deep, at least 30 shots deep, partying with Pissing Razors and Acid Wizard at Rich's.
That's right. Hell yeah.
That's how this all fucking started.
Did they have to cut you off?
Then they cut me off.
And not the last time either.
Cut off.
Oh, hell yeah. I like that story, man.
I broke the law. I broke the limit, whatever.
So, shout out to Inez. Inez, big time badass drummer. I know he was kicking ass for my band, Integrity, before I had a chance to jam with him. And much respect and big shout out to Inez, man. Hell yeah. Big time. Yeah, so Tommy steps in after that. And was it kind of like, was it hard to pick up the songs, Tom?
No, I'm a counter. And I'm a counting drummer. And once I understood what the structure of the song was, man, we're in the pocket. We're like trying to lock it down, and it's a relief. From playing speed metal, it's because you really don't have any room. You gotta keep it tight.
Yes,
we're slowing everything down, and you have to be a little more creative, and in the drum fills and cymbal work. To make it work. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm naturally drawn to them. I was a fan before I was in the band, and that's very rare.
I know. I think that's one of the cool stories about.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I was a fan before I was in the band.
And I love that about that, because when you can already be an outsider looking at a band and saying, man, those guys are badass, I would jam with them in a heartbeat. Yeah. Fuck yeah. And then it happens, like, hell yeah. And then it clicks so well. And, like I said, I earlier, I got to see the YouTube footage of y'all South by Southwest performance. Everything sounded so tight. And, that was early on during the year. I think maybe, was that February, March? And you guys have been staying so busy. I feel like you guys are on my feed, like playing someplace every week, if not, 3-4 times out of the month, just really staying busy, very aggressive and very just fucking die hard. And I got so much respect for that, because I know as being in several bands myself, it is hard to get my guys to go out of town. Something comes up, scheduling don't work out. I got guys that are grandparents, so it's tough, So I admire the dedication and the effort and all the hard work that it takes, man, because playing local is one thing, but when you're taking it out of town, it really becomes something special, and you really get to share it to the masses, to people that are complete strangers. So getting some real great feedback, like I saw at the South by Southwest set, and what I've seen already here in town from different videos they posted, people are really digging the doom sludge that you guys are bringing. And I think it's just because it's done so well, and because that's not a regular commodity here in Corpus. There's a lot of like deathcore, a lot of beat down going on, but when it comes to doom, you guys got to market to yourself.
Yeah,
beat down hardcore, metalcore.
Yeah,
and that there's another core, that one too.
Deathcore.
That one too, right?
And there's one more. But yeah, we're trying to fit in.
You are, dude, and definitely, man.
We play a lot.
I gotta mention the sound. When it comes to doom and sludge, it's a particular sound that, as I was going down the rabbit hole over the past couple of days, listening to other bands that are part of the genre, y'all have the sound, the guitar sound, the fuzz that is very significant and very strong in the doom in that doom world. What are you using, Max, to get that kind of sound? What kind of pedals? Would you mind sharing it?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric Calvert with Frost Giant.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about him at one point, and I went into Guitar Center. I was looking for a fuzz, and I tried out a couple different ones, and then I picked up the Athos, and that's the one I run now. I ended up picking that one up, and I was stoked on it from the get go. I was like, I got to get this one. And I matched that with Fern came across this like baby face fuzz. I don't know who makes it, or
it was a boutique builder from somewhere outside of Houston.
Wow.
He specializes in fuzz pedals also, but he's more like, he's not as, his packaging isn't as refined as Eric's. Like Eric's is very, very like very well done, very well executed. This guy is just like pretty simple packaging, but he does clones of circuits and tweaks them. And so the other one he's talking about is a baby head fuzz, and it's based on a Dunwich circuit. And it's just a screamer. Like it's just got so much gain and lots of fuzz. And the nice thing with Eric's pedals is they stack really well.
Yeah.
They stack really well with other.
Yeah, it doesn't. You know, running two fuzzes sometimes or multiple distortions, it kind of like bleeds together, and it's just like too much. You know what I mean? Like it drowns out, and you can't hear the chords or the singularity in notes. But it does a great job, and I just stacked that with I've got a Black Star MK1, and I run the overdrive. Of course, me, since I've been young, cranking the gain up all the way. And all the way, and just running through a 412 Marshall.
Fuck yes, man. Shout out to Frost Giant Electronics, the man, Eric Calvert. Big time with whether it's Switchblade Jesus or Throat Locust. One of Corpus Christi's very own, fucking making it happen worldwide. His fuzz pedals are definitely worldwide known, man. They're being played all over by fucking a lot of guys, man.
There's
and you guys,
like major artists that it's awesome, and just talking about gear with other musicians whenever we're playing in Houston or Austin or something, and they know who he is, and they either have one of his pedals or want to get one of his pedals, and so, I think they're awesome, and having something like that here locally is badass.
Big time, man.
I'm sure there's probably builders in most cities, but having one here one of our own is awesome.
Yes, one of our own. And that sound is a trademark sound with the Doom Sludge World right there. And you guys have nailed it. It sounds so fucking heavy. And Tommy's always there with the big time crashes, the big fucking kicks, and just laying it down. It's a perfect synchronization of you guys making it all work, man. Let me ask you, who's responsible for writing like the music and the lyrics?
Well, I write the riffs. Tommy recently, I was sitting here before a gig one day, and just a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Hey man, try this." So I picked up my guitar and we wrote a riff. Yeah. Other than that, I wrote all the riffs. Early on, it was like 6 months I had before I even put a post out to start the band. I would come home, and the name Acid Wizard, it came from, I was listening to a lot of Electric Wizard and Acid King, so I was like, hey, Acid Wizard sounds cool. And
it does.
I would take my fair share of acid myself, and I'd sit around, and I'd sit in silence, and I would just like, eventually something would come to me, and so I'd pick up the guitar, and a riff would come, so I would write those, and Fern wrote. He's written all the lyrics for the whole album and all the songs. He's a great lyricist, really smart guy.
Yeah, I mean, when we first got together so he could show me what he had, I mean, he literally had at least 2 albums worth of riffs, and not just riffs, actually, pretty much complete songs. Just needed, a little refining, a little chorus, a little break somewhere, but I mean, he figured out that whole first year was just putting everything else into what he had already created, and he put it all together, and like now we're working on, we have our first album recorded, and we'll be releasing it here in the summer, but we're already working on the next one, and again, and one day he's pulling out 3 riffs, and we're just trying to hammer out. So we'd like to do it in one day, but it's almost impossible.
I know, to get it to where you want it. Yeah, I know. It takes going through it several times. Max, I like that story, man. Drop a hit of acid, got it quiet. Next thing you know, boom, it comes to you.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's one thing about psychedelics, hallucinogens. They do take it to a whole nother realm that you will not fucking get any other way. It's been I did that shit in high school, and it didn't help me. I was in a punk band, so it didn't really translate it musically to me. But hanging out with my buds, it was like a hell of a trip, man. And it's nothing like jamming to some Sabbath, some doom metal. You know, when you're tripping like that, because it's not too much, but it just the right amount of heaviness, and it just keeps you grooving.
Yeah,
and
with those real heavy low notes, and it's like they kind of just kind of like fuzz in your brain a little bit. You start to feel it a little more.
Yeah, it helped me like get outside of the box from just like your standard chord progressions too. For some reason, I would just pick up a guitar and I would just I didn't have like a thought about it. It was like an action. I just did it, and I was like, oh, that 1-2 little notes. Oh, that can go here, and this would be cool, and it just helps with the creative process a lot, you know, as plenty of the greats did back in the day.
Yes, and
I think, Tony, it's like, okay, a meat grinder grinding meat out, but you not put that in slow motion, and the gears are just turning, just crunching and crushing the meat. Right, that's what this music is. To me, it's like a meat grinder in slow motion, and it's just processing. Yes, yes,
dude. I can picture it. Yes, bro.
Construction.
And that takes me. While I'm thinking about it, I want to talk about the video for Painkiller, because I think it was so excellent. It was put together so well, man, because your genre, the way it's done, the different things like the tree burning, the fire scenes and shit like that. People like a gas mat, a lot of trippy stuff, dude, was going on in that video, dude, that I think was just properly placed. And I love you guys walking into the Monk, coming in and getting ready to lay down right there at the beginning. I was like, yeah, there my boys go.
Shout out to the Monk.
Yeah, man. So great time doing that. I'm sure. How was it working with Led's production to get that video together?
It was good. I mean, super professional. He set everything up. Like, literally all I had to do was just show up and set up our gear, and you know, his lighting, everything was good to go. His camera work was really good. He also went and filmed us at a House of Rock the previous week before that video shoot, and he got some footage there and some pictures, the stock stuff he could put in the video. And so, I mean, it was great. We're gonna work with him again on another production here pretty soon.
Shout out to Donald Ledesma of Led's Production, making it work. Hell yeah, man! He always does quality work.
Oh, yeah.
And look up his specials as well. He definitely has got some great things. I definitely go down the alien rabbit hole as much as possible, man. They're out there. They're fucking out there, and they're among us. I feel like they're among us as well. You know, fucking whether it's lizard people or something. There's some shit going on, and I'm glad that Donald has really put such a great effort into putting these movies out. I love it.
It only makes sense that there's more than just us. Like, you know, like there's multiple insect species and animals. Like, you got to be brain dead or like living under a rock to think there's nothing else or ever was.
Yeah.
We want to jam with Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fuck yes.
That's some doom metal. That's a doom metal stuff.
And I think there's multiple Bigfoots. I don't think they're just like one Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Because we've been talking about Bigfoot since I was a kid in the 70s.
No, it's a group.
They're out there. Let's talk more about Painkiller. What's the lyrics of Painkiller about?
It's pretty much just not really like a party song, but more like everybody's kind of got a painkiller for themselves, like not necessarily a pill or drug or drink, but there's something that they have to, ease through the day. But for most people, it usually is, drink, smoke, hit the slopes, whatever they want to do, something to, just take the edge off, numb away the day or the pain, whatever it is.
Self-medication in all forms. There's all kinds of self-medication. We all take care of ourselves. Everybody take care of themselves.
That's right. Don't overdo it. Just don't overdo it. Have fun, but don't overdo it. Hell yeah. Well, let's talk about some Chronic Dust. So I was able to jam that Chronic Dust, dude. That's a heavy duty one right there. Tommy, were you on that recording?
I did the one in Mission at Red Barn Studios. Yeah, shout out to Robert.
Yeah, he did the one that has not been released.
Yeah,
that's the one we're gonna release soon. The one that's on YouTube that you were checking out was Inez.
Yeah, we were
on that one.
All right.
We recorded in Mission, Texas at Red Barn Studios with Robert.
And that's going to be the album, right?
Yeah, that's the album that we're going to be releasing.
And Chronic Dust.
We have a lot of unreleased music.
Chronic Dust is the weed you store in the freezer to where when you take it out, it just turns to powder.
I know what you mean. Yeah, dude. Oh, that's a good place to keep it. I know.
It's still plenty usable.
Yeah, it'll still burn. It'll work. Chronic Dust. Hey, that's a hell of a title, bro. But a hell of a jam, man. Killer fucking riffs. Great, mean fucking heavy vocals. Easy to remember too. That's what I like about it. The riffage, whether it's the chorus or the verses. Very easy to catch on, man. Easy to the ear, and man, just
the hooks, man. It's got the
hooks. They're hooks, bro. They're hooks, and Max is writing them just bang, just one after another.
I mean, the beginning of Painkiller, when I heard that at Rich's, the first time I didn't know who these guys were.
And we didn't even have a bass player at that.
It blew my mind, dude. I mean, I heard that guitar at Rich's. And that's what I said. You know what? I like these guys. I really do. I like them. And, let's do some shots. And about a year and a half later, we've done 40 shows.
And about 400 shots.
Oh, how many shows again? Say that again.
40?
We're at about
40, man.
We've got 40 shows and about 400 shots.
Average of about 10 shots a show easily, right there. Whatever it takes to keep the machine rolling. Damn. So 2023, you guys have been jamming, brother. Getting the music down, getting it out there. So in regards to that, what other places have you gone out? The Valley, Houston, how far north or west have you gone out of Texas to share the Acid Wizard?
We've gone down to Brownsville a couple times. We've played McAllen a handful of times, seen El Rey and Flying Walrus and the Gremlin, kind of like the core in McAllen.
Yeah.
And played in Harlingen at the Hop Shop, the historic Hop Shop. And then as we went north, it took us over a year to get a show in San Antonio. I tried through so many different promoters and venues to get something there, and we just pretty much skipped San Antonio for a year and just went to Austin, San Marcos, Houston, and
we literally drove by San Antonio 7 times before we did a show there.
It's a hard market to get into, man. There's a lot of bands there.
Oh yeah, for sure. But even so, in this particular genre, I was thinking about it the other day. I think there's 2 or 3 that I can think of.
Yeah, doom metal in San Antonio haven't developed yet. They're still in the heavy metal, beat down hardcore, thrash metal. It hasn't taken off.
It takes a bit, man. I know. Not everybody's down to keep it that heavy. Not everybody can handle it that heavy. You know what I mean?
A lot of people go to a show and they want to swing.
Sure.
They want to swing on someone. They want to snap their neck off. Head bang.
Yeah.
I guess it's just hadn't quite. You can headbang at a slower pace too. Your neck's gonna hurt just as much.
Reverse karate kick, backswing. Now they're doing stuff off each other's backs.
That's right.
That whole thing is starting to evolve.
Yes,
and, it's becoming violent, which that's what it's all about. It's about the violence.
It's a good, friendly, violent fun.
But we're doing a sludge, a stoner rock, doom metal is just a little more laid back. But to our record, we had one pit was another headbanging, hair flying at the House of Rock.
Yeah, House of Rock.
We did a show at the House of Rock, and all I could see was hair flying during the second song. I swear to God.
Hair flying. I was at our Doom Fest in January.
I couldn't believe it.
They're grooving it, man.
I could not believe it.
Fuck yes. There's more of that to come.
Headbanging all at once, and it was really, really good. It hits you right here when you're up there jamming, and you see a line of people all swinging their hair.
Oh, it fucking feels great. Yes.
We love
it's working.
Acid Wizard people out there. Thank you, everybody,
for
providing merch and helping us out all the way to all of you. Thank you.
Speaking of merch, you guys have gone all out and got some great merchandise available. So whether it's going to be tops, long sleeves, you got different variations. You got some great looking merch, dude. I love it. Here you're sporting the sleeveless right there, Acid Wizard.
Oh, he made it. He made it a sleeveless.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I cut the sleeves off. It's one of my
That's what you do. Yeah. Fuck yeah. But always great merchandise when it comes to Acid Wizard. Fuck yes.
Yeah,
let's take it back.
A great compliment. We do all of that in house, so
yes, brother.
Everybody seems to love it. So we're gonna keep making more. They keep buying it, and we'll keep it coming.
Keep them happy. That's right. Let me ask you real quick, Max. Let's talk about your roots. Who or what got you inspired to pick up the guitar and start playing?
Oh man, dude, it was probably I grew up in a house with rock and roll. From my dad listening to Beatles to Rolling Stones to Hendrix, AC/DC, and my mom was more of a Fleetwood Mac and Journey and Bon Jovi. And so growing up on that, and I had a couple CDs growing up that were Clapton and the Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits and Leonard Skinner and just all those old school from like late 60s psychedelic to 70s, and I grew up on some 80s thrash, Megadeth, Metallica, those the stuff that was on the radio back then, 104.5 and a little bit of C101, because there was the time before internet and all that, so it was basically what was available, and
right.
And I was just hooked, man. Like from early age, I wanted to play guitar. I was probably around like 11 to 12. I got really wanting to do it, and we had an acoustic in the house. And I tried to learn because we had those Esteban videos, and I was like, this is cool, but I told my parents I want that distortion. I was a big AC/DC guy back then, and my 12th. I was 12 years old on Christmas, and I got my first electric guitar. It was like a Walmart one. My folks were like, "Oh, let's see if he takes it in." And I was hooked, man. I had a neighbor show me the Iron Man riff, and that was the first riff I learned. And I had a chord book, and I was set from there. When I was younger, I used to play for like 6-8 hours a day when I got home from school or on the weekends. I would just lock myself in my room and play and do a lot of ear training. I've watched a lot of interviews with those older guys and how they learned from slowing down records, and I learned that ear training is the best way to do it, and I've always been a fan of that. But early on, I would look at tabs and stuff like that, when I couldn't figure it out, and and then it was probably like a year and a half after playing, I got into like not wanting to do covers as much, and I was probably about like 14 or so, and I was like, man, I want to try to make my own progressions and things like that, and like start learning leads and So as far as influences, my really major ones are, Clapton, Hendrix, and Slash. As far as early on, those were the main ones. For some reason, they really stuck to me. That blues style. Oh man, it's sick. I love the blues, especially like how we do with Acid Wizards. It's like a dirty, aggressive blues. That's real fun to do.
Yes, bro. I hear it. I get it. I love that background right there. That's a lot of stuff that I still love jamming to right now. I listen to 104.5 more than I hear anything else. I switch to maybe 201 if there's a commercial or otherwise, but right. I love hearing all that shit from the 80s. It don't matter whether it's the hair metal, whether it's a classic rock from the 70s. Everything's, they got Pantera on there now. I never thought when I was a kid I'd hear Metallica on classic rock, but fuck yeah, we fucking got it. I'm hearing Fade to Black on 104.5, and things are just, I'm glad that I've been able to enjoy such a great ride and been on this music trip since, at least maybe 76. But I love those influences right there. It really makes a difference, at the very beginning, who you're listening to, man. And I was watching a little special about Eric Clapton the other day on maybe it was Sunday on Access TV, and they was talking about how he took Bob Marley's "I Shot the Sheriff" and made it, a little bit more rock but it still kept a little bit of the reggae. And his version is just one of those that really stood out without taking anything away from Marley. And I love Clapton myself, bro. I'm a big Clapton fan. I believe "You Look Wonderful Tonight" is one of my wedding songs. So that one, and the other one I'll share later, but definitely Clapton has a special place in my heart. Let's move on.
I really dug him in Cream. When he was with Cream, that was
that was a heavy duty band right there, man. And even to this day, all those jams are still, you just want to crank them. You know all the words, you know the riffs. I'm sure you know the riffs, so it never gets old. How about you, Fernando? What got you inspired? Because I know you wanted to do vocals. Bass is more of a necessity of the band, but vocally.
The whole bass, playing bass and doing vocals literally was necessity. We had shows lined up, and when our last bass player, when that situation fell out, we didn't want to cancel anything. We did try finding another bass player, a very capable bass player also, but just they couldn't travel. I mean,
all right.
It was just one of those things, great bass player, just no ability to really get out there and play in a band.
Yeah.
So after that, we really played about 3 or 4 months with just splitting the signal from his board to the guitar and the bass setup. And
very cool.
While we practiced bass and doing vocals, and after a few months got comfortable enough to, just finally do a show and, just do it for once. And in my opinion, it was a train wreck, but, I guess if you watch the video, it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad. I know. You're your worst enemy, your worst critic, should I say.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
This dude catches on so quick. It's great. Like the chemistry, I'll make a riff and he maybe looks at it for 20 seconds, but his ear is really, really good. Like that's the greatest part about it. I can come up with a riff and he's right there along with it. It's great.
He can keep up. That's it. Yeah. Hell yeah. And memorizing that stuff too, man. That's always been me as a singer, memorizing lyrics is always something I got to reboot myself depending on what band I'm playing with, whether it's War Cult, whether it's Annihilator, or even the Pantera thing. I got to listen to the whole set, get my shit together because it's just too much to juggle in the brain. I can't imagine having to actually have to play an axe and sing at the same time. That's I've done it once.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things. Last time I did it, it was really just, it was a 5-piece, and everybody kind of had a microphone, and so it wasn't even really like we had a lot of lyrics. It was just kind of just having fun with it. But eventually we got some stuff down, recorded, but then after that, I just played bass for a good while, and then switched to vocals, and then didn't do anything for like 12 years. And then, like I said, I just wanted to do vocals, and out of just necessity of not wanting to just scrap a bunch of shows and start over, I was just like, we don't need a fourth. Let's just do a 3-piece, because we all work together very well.
Yeah.
Like when we get show offers, I don't have to convince anybody or twist any arms. It's usually just like, yes. Or somebody might say like, oh, I've got something, but let me see, maybe I can move something around.
Yeah.
And likely when something comes up, we're going to do it. There's very few that we've turned down. We've played shows in Houston and Austin on weekdays, when we got to all be at work the next day.
Because we had an offer for a national tour to open up and come and take it live on Monday night and then Wednesday night in Houston.
Hell yes.
And those are long. Those are long nights because we got to work the next day.
So long
nights. And burn. And
that's right.
You were about 4:45, 5 a.m. rolling in.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is die hard as they come, right there, guys. That's when you know you got a good band, good group of guys to play with, but also that you're proud of what you got and what you can deliver and what you can bring.
Yeah, we started the year by headlining Come and Take It Live in Austin, Texas, the first Friday of the year.
Fuck yeah!
Headline. That's how we started our year this year.
That's a cool venue up there.
It's been a great year. We've already played Brownsville down at the Kraken, and we've played Houston twice.
Twice so far. Yeah.
Just on the north side and the east side.
Probably hit San Antonio this year, right?
San Antonio.
We hit San Antonio twice.
Yes.
Twice.
Faust and Starlighter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Heard of that place too?
We've played Austin. We just played Austin. We had a really good weekend when we played. It's Houston, and then the next night at Retro Rooftop, and then Boozers, and then the Black Month, like in a week.
It's like you're knocking out everybody in Corpus in
like
1 week.
4 shows.
Fuck yeah!
And it was fun. It's we've been doing fun stuff like that.
Yes, always staying busy.
Our audience is growing for sure.
That's the payback right there. That's the big reward. It just keeps speaking from a fan. Hearing
iHeartRadio earlier this year, we were on iHeartRadio 93.7 FM Austin.
Oh yeah, in Austin.
Fuck.
Their Texas takeover on Sundays.
Yeah.
With Chronic.
So that was cool. We got selected to be on that. And it's a little rewards that matter.
They're gonna keep coming. Victories. Hell yeah. Fernando, tell me, is there 1 or 2 singers that you look up to?
I guess just their ability that I saw early on, and I get a lot of compliments that I sound like Randy Blythe a lot, and mind you, that's one of the bands I've seen the most. I've seen Lamb of God probably like 12 or 13 times over the years.
Fuck yeah!
So I get that a lot, and I'm not really trying to, but I guess that's just kind of where my range falls. And then I've always liked Phil Anselmo's voice.
All right,
he just has one of those iconic voices. You don't have to even hear the music really; you just hear him kind of grunt, and you know who it is.
Yes.
And I don't know if I don't really think if I have that distinctive of a difference in what I do, but a couple people have told me they really like how I vocalize over.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
So, He's a powerhouse.
It's nice hearing that. It's nice hearing.
Yes. Keep it up. Keep it up. And whatever's coming out naturally, your style is getting translated wonderfully with Acid Wizard, man. It sounds heavy. It sounds just right. All right, Tommy, you're next. Who or what got you inspired to get on the kit?
I'm one of those guys from the 80s. Grew up with Alex Van Halen in my life, John Bonham, Tommy Lee, Tommy Aldridge, the drummer for Rat, Bobby, and
Lots, yeah.
Grew up in the 8, and
I love all those guys you named.
In '88, I was into the sleaze metal scene where Guns N' Roses was kind of doing their thing in the late '80s. So I was in a band called Tequila, and then was my journey to Corpus Christi started in '98, and I was in a band called the Woody Dewar Project, and we opened up for the Marshall Tucker Band at Concrete Street before the roof was on the small stage.
Very fucking cool.
Yeah, that was a really good time. But it was like, I don't know how to describe that music that we were playing. It was, but it was cool. It was kind of like a 60s rock kind of thing.
All right.
The Woody Dewar Project.
Woody Dewar. All right, killer. Hell yeah.
And then eventually what happened was I met Jimmy on a job site on the island. Jimmy Bullets.
Jimmy Bullard. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy. And he came over with a truckload of dudes and a full stack. He showed up with like all these heads, bro. Yeah, I live right here, man. Come on over. I'm a drummer. Just moved here from Dallas. Right? I got a drum set in my living room. And Jimmy shows up with a truckload of heads and his full stack and come in my living room. And we have our first practice ever. And what happened there was our first show was at a funeral. RPG's very first show was at a funeral. After the funeral, it was at the wake afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how RPG started. Pretty metal.
A metal send-off right there. That is pretty awesome. Fuck yeah.
So,
a rocket propelled grenade send-off.
From 2008 all the way through 2012, 13, 14, I was still playing with RPG, but also doing concert promotions, which you and I did a lot of shows together.
Yes.
Some great memories.
Big time, man.
Rock Bar. But
yes.
I really hadn't done anything in 6 or 7 years. I really hadn't played. Until I heard these guys. I'm just a good, solid rock drummer that fits right in.
Yes. Just fits in like a glove right there. Hell yeah. And I think it's good chemistry between you, Fernando, and Max, man. You three guys, you mesh very well. And musically, it translates fucking heavy as fuck. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I have a heavy hand on the stick. And last night at Zeros, Boozers. Last night at Boozers, I was pounding.
Fuck yes.
I was pounding the tom-toms last night.
I want to take it back to Max. Max, tell me, what was your first concert?
For my memory, it was Leonard Skinner.
Oh, fuck yeah. Here in town? Because they played here several times.
Man, that blows me away.
That was way back. I was probably like 12 to 14. Yeah, it was sick. I was stoked on it. My parents tell me, hey, we're going to take you to see Leonard Skinner. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yes.
They did a badass job, man.
That is one of my favorite bands too, man. One of the classic rock bands right there. And as I was going down the Doom Sludge rabbit hole, I believe it's a band called Weed Eater. They do a cover of Give Me Back My Bullets.
Yeah, dude. That's a sick fucking cover.
It's heavy. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Hell yeah. And there's another cover. I think it might be from Buzz Oven from ELO, Don't Bring Me Down.
Yeah. That's
a banger. Oh, fuck yes, dude. All right. I love that.
Those are great bands, too. Those are really good bands.
Good ones, yes. Good bands in that genre.
I would love to play with Weed Eater.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah. How about you, Fernando? Tell me, what was that first concert?
First concert was probably at the Hunnell concert. Like, I don't know, it was probably like 8. I think it was La Mafia.
Oh yeah! All right.
The Rattlesnake Roundup in Freer.
Oh shit! Hell yes!
Back then, my family used to go to all these like huge, and they were big concerts even back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was probably like mid '90s, and I was just like, okay, it's all the music I had heard in the car. But yeah, first concert was really just like the Hunnell and a lot of country when I was growing up. And then I think the first metal show I went to was it was at Concrete Street, and it was seeing Killamora opening up for I don't even remember who played because you were all that I remembered after that show.
Get the fuck out of here! Oh, let's see. It could have been either with El Nino. It could have been with Static X.
Probably Static X because El Nino I saw it was a later.
A little bit later, right?
That I saw.
That was a hell of a show, man, with Static X. I was still painting my face back then.
Yeah.
And I remember
running down like there's a dead president just running down your face.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. You got to earn that. You got to sweat it out. You got to sweat it out.
No, I just remember thinking like that is crazy because it was like July, full sun.
Yes.
I was like, that's just the most brutal thing I could think of.
You end up getting blinded because you get all that makeup in you. It burns like a motherfucker. And it gives you an extra little emphasis whenever you're putting out that. So, but that was just, one thing I remember was Tony Campos, man. I got to hang out with Tony Campos that night, and super cool guy. And man, I tell you, Tony stays busy with Assassino, with Fear Factory, and Static X. Cool motherfucker. He still remembers me. That's why I think one of the things that I really admire about a handful of guys that I've met, like Tim Lambesis and Nick Hippa from As I Lay Dying, or like Roger Merritt or Vinny Stigma from Agnostic Front. They remember me by name, and I was like, "What?" It just goes to show these guys. Some of these guys are just really some of the best, and they remember their fans. They remember the fans, and from a fan's point of view, which I'm a fanatic. And that's the whole reason why I do the podcast, man, because I love music and I love hearing about history and everybody's journey on it. And for somebody out there to kind of remember me like I remember other folks is a very special moment. Tommy, tell me about your first concert.
My very first concert was Queen in 1980 on the Game Tour.
Oh, shit.
I actually got a backstage pass, went backstage, and met Freddie Mercury and Brian May in the band.
Whoa!
In 1980. And it changed my life.
Man, I can imagine. That's a life changer.
From that day on, Brian May comes walking out with his guitar around his neck with Freddie Mercury and the drummer.
Oh, shit. That is a hell of a moment. Wow. I had no idea. That's rock royalty right there. Big time.
My mother somehow pulled that off.
Yeah.
I'll never forget standing in line for the tickets because we had lower balcony, second row at Reunion Arena, section 102. I remember it like it was yesterday. We could see like row B. It's like the stage is right there. It's like the best lower balcony seats you could have in Reunion Arena.
Yes.
And Queen in their peak of their great music. Just what a talented band, and concert that blew my mind. Man! Then I got to meet the band. That was it, man. Next thing you know, I got me a snare drum, and I'm starting to learn rudiments.
Fuck yes. Talk about inspiring right there. Huge moment.
First metal show was Judas Priest on the Point of Entry tour with no other than Iron Maiden on the Killers tour.
Sick.
And that was an amazing show that changed my life too. So I saw Killers open up, saw Iron Maiden open up with Paul Di'Anno at Judas Priest. When Priest was coming out with Point of Entry. They opened up with Solar Angels. And they had the Kiss platforms, and they raised up from behind the stage. Shit like that just blows my mind when I think,
Yeah.
81.
81. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was maybe I saw my first Kiss concert at 79, but after that, I was probably about maybe 11 or 12. Creatures of the Night, whenever they came back with Creatures of the Night at Corpus Memorial Coliseum, and then Animal Eyes, and I want to say I caught them with one more other tour. But love me some Kiss, always, man. That's a good one right there, dude. Oh, okay. That's now true. I want to hit you guys with a dream concert, and I want to get one band from each one of y'all. If there was a dream concert tour that you could jump on, you can't pick the same band. Let's start with Max. Max, give me that band you want to make sure that's on that dream tour, and then Fern, and then Tommy, you're next.
Unfortunately, they're done now with the passing, but I would definitely want to see Black Sabbath.
Yes, hell yeah! I'm seeing an Ozfest already because there's very few shows that Black Sabbath would do, and Black Sabbath would definitely at a few of the Ozfests I went to, and you guys would definitely kill it right there. Give me another band, Fern.
I guess, and I always wonder, like what it would have been like to tour with Metallica back in the day. Like I know now it'd probably be much different, but back then, just the sound, I mean early,
like Ride the Lightning,
like when they first hit, when they were still more like riding that punk edge.
Oh, yeah. When they were the real fresh new kids on the block on Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, and so just when they were in their heyday, could experience that, just being right there behind the curtain with them and then rocking out a stage like that. And I haven't really listened to Metallica in a long time. It's just one of those things where, they pushed it so hard for so long. And so when I started to broaden horizons a little more, I was just like, there's so much more out there. And, when we started doing Doom, and I'd love to tour with a lot of Doom bands too, but to know what it was like back then, I think that's something I would have liked to have experienced.
Yeah, that's a great choice. Early Metallica, Sabbath, Acid Wizard, and one more band, Tommy. Who would it be?
Pantera.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Acid Wizard with Crowbar and Biohazard and Pantera.
I was at that one. Yes. Hell yeah. Oh, shit.
I would love for us to go on.
I can see, how when you go see Pantera, how they have before they hit the stage, they'll either have the curtain right there, or they'll have, what I'm getting at is they'll have the pot leaves lit up going all across the front of the stage. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
really
spotlights.
Yeah, setting the tone. Definitely, big time lover. I feel a big time lover of Louisiana sludge metal right there. And, that's what Down is all about right there. Down is
the original Pantera. I think we would be a good fit for Dime.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so Acid Wizard, Pantera, Metallica, and Black Sabbath. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. That's a hell of that's a dream tour. Dream tour right there.
I think there'd be a lot of liver boxing going on if we toured with Pantera with the way Acid Wizard and Dimebag would be. Honestly,
I can imagine. Yep, and somebody has to be walking around videotaping all that, like the other Pantera.
Oh, yeah, there'd be some crazy.
The videos. Oh, hell yes. Let me ask you guys about some other stuff. Growing up, I was into wrestling big time, man, and I still watch a lot of wrestling. And one thing I enjoy now is seeing these, like Steve Austin's podcast and catching Undertaker talk about the old days of wrestling. And hearing their perspective. Started with you, Max. Were you into wrestling? Did you have a favorite wrestler when you were growing up?
Nah, I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling.
What?
Yeah, I was kind of we had certain channels we could watch and all that. And being the youngest, I didn't have control of the remote. But it was something that it wasn't really looked upon in my household. My parents weren't wrestling people, and I'd seen a few things and I knew about a few guys, but it was cool. I mean, I've looked into it as I got older, and it's some cool stuff. I was always on the side of like, is it real? Is it fake? But then you see some of the stuff. I've seen some of the clips now that I'm older, and man, those guys, it looks like it would hurt.
Fuck yes, exactly. I think they were artists of walking that thin faded line of real and not fake. Because if you called them out on it, you were gonna get the real deal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get the fucking slap. You're gonna get fucking humiliated. But when you got to work with each other and you got two guys that are, professionals, you're putting on a show. And there's going to be a lot of physical shit, a lot of hardcore stuff. But at the same time, there's a lot of mutual respect. But on some of these conversations that I've heard on podcasts, you also hear about how the respect just went out the door. And they're like, fuck this, And then after the match is over, it ended up totally different than it was intended to. And it's kind of like one of those things where, somebody pulled the rug out from underneath you. And next thing you know, they got a new hot shot. And you were the new kid on the block. You're just old news now. But I know where you're coming from. Max. What about you, Fernando? You like wrestling?
Early on, like growing up, my dad liked to watch wrestling. When did it come out? I think it was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. And so we would watch it. Just my mom was busy with school or something. So, he put that on. My sisters weren't really interested. So just me and my dad watching it on like most weeks. And I don't know. I always seem to watch more whenever Sting would come out and bring the bat out.
Yeah. Fuck yes. I like that. That reminds me of some of the old schooler guys where you got Hacksaw's Jim Duggan coming out with the fucking 2x4.
Yeah.
Hardcore. You got Bruiser Brody with those fucking boots of his ready to fucking put a boot up somebody's ass. Good times back then. And, speaking of, when I was a kid, maybe 10, 11, 12, we would go to Memorial Coliseum and they would have Southwest Championship Wrestling. And me and my singer, Tim Abel, who was in my first punk band, Aggravated Assault, we would go with his dad, and his dad would get juiced up and start hollering at the wrestlers, and they'd have to separate them, dude, because the wrestlers would be like, I'm going to fuck you up. And his dad's like, come and get some. Come on. It was always a treat to us. I'm going, God damn, your dad's going to get it. And I always stood stand his ground. And it was a great time. But then there was a time where I got out of it and I wasn't listening to, I didn't see it at all. It wasn't on the TV at all, just like at Max's place. It didn't exist. And then I went to a friend's house. His name was Brandon. And he had it on and it was like a fucking concert, WWE, and it was Stone Cold coming out. And I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? Is this wrestling? He goes, yeah, man, this been going on for a long ass time. That's Stone Cold. Check it out. And I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then Undertaker comes out and he's got fucking heavy ass music. DX comes out. And I go, this is like a fucking concert. So I got back into it. Next thing you know, I'm going to the fucking Greyhound racetrack to go watch the pay-per-views and shit. And so I got deep into it probably until Stone Cold and The Rock and Undertaker stopped doing it. I got a lot of respect for the new schoolers in the generation, but it's kind of like that was my classic rock, my classic wrestling era was DX, Stone Cold, Undertaker. How about you, Tommy? You look like you could have been a wrestler.
Get the tables, get the ladders, get the fucking chairs. I'm calling you out. To a Texas tornado match.
Fuck yeah,
no
dude.
rules, no regulations. Anything fucking goes, match.
Yes.
I'm an old school Von Erich fan.
Oh, fuck yes. Love that, man. That was a great movie that they did about them.
RPG was the guest band at the Texas Hardcore Wrestling Championship at the Center Theater. The old Center Theater down in Chaparral. RPG was the intermission, and we got to play some intros for the female hardcore match championship.
Fuck
and
yeah.
Talk about cookie sheets, trash can lids, trash cans, thumbtacks, ladders, stairs, anything fucking you can think of in the ring that night.
Yes.
I have much respect for a cookie sheet now because, a cookie sheet's ahead.
Yes, brother. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we got the jam. We got to fucking jam out for the Texas Hardcore.
That's awesome, man. Nothing like that wrestling crowd, man. They love rock, they love heavy metal, and it goes great with the whole atmosphere. I want to give a shout out to some friends we got here in the chat room. Suffering Doom, thanks for tuning in. Rupert Sosa, thanks for tuning in again. Dan Pretzer, Action Get Action in the house. And then, we started out with the Swagadelic Wizard. Hell yeah. Acid motherfucking Wizard is in the house. Let's keep talking to the guys. Thanks for chatting. If you got any questions, just throw them in there. How about movies, man? I like horror movies. I like adventure movies. Max, what's your go-to movie?
I don't know. I kind of vary with like all the genres. Anything that can really. It's hard for me to keep my attention. It's got to be. It's like a book. It's got to grasp me in a really. It's got to be entertaining. I've grown up on comedies to horror to action to the kind that are about like real life stories. Or my favorite movies are Goodfellas and Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash story. Those are my two favorite movies. I used to have the DVD. I still have it, but I used to run the DVD of Walk the Line. Like, man, I'd watch that movie at least like 3-4 times a week. I really dug it a lot. And then Goodfellas too. I really like Goodfellas or American Gangster. Those old movies like that. Those are sick to me. I really enjoy them.
Those are great ones right there. Fernando, share some of your favorite movies.
I like the old school horror stuff. I can just watch it and like go to sleep to it. It doesn't even bother me. I even remember like as a kid, the original Alien movies would come out and my parents would kind of, my dad would watch them even though he said it was scary to him, but my mom would just be looking away a lot of times.
When the scary part comes up.
I was just eating it up, and now as an adult, when the new ones come out, I'm all like, they're a little bland. But I guess got desensitized a little young, like Child's Play. And it never bothered me, but I sure as hell never got one of those fucking dolls. Like, no, still not going to do that. But I can watch the movies. It doesn't bother me. It's a lot of old school horror. I like a lot of comedies. Nowadays, I guess it's been a while since I've seen a good one, but I can throw on like Grandma's Boy, and
that's a good one.
After watching, I don't even know how many times, and I'll still laugh at the same stupid jokes.
The same shit,
I'll kind of will put on those old cheesy movies and say like they just make shit these days, even though most people would probably not consider that a very good movie.
I know exactly where you're coming from, and the movie that comes to mind is one that I had on last night, Detroit Rock City.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen that one.
Right. Oh, that's always a fun one, man. Hell yeah. Love those guys putting that together. Their band Mystery, playing Kiss covers and stuff, and making it to the Kiss concert. Good time. And I like those movies you mentioned right there. How about you, Tommy? What do you like to check out? What's your favorite?
All the Clint Eastwood movies. The Good, Bad,
oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Hell Rider. I like the Clint Eastwood westerns and the Dirty Harry movies.
I love him, man.
I love all Clint Eastwood stuff. He's such a great actor. And
he's got a hell of a catalog, man. One movie that I really like from him is Heartbreak Ridge, where he plays gunnery sergeant.
Yeah.
He fucking kicks ass, man. All those guys think they're running shit. He fucking starts putting his foot up everybody's ass.
That's a good one.
Yes, hell yeah.
I've always liked Clint Eastwood. And then on the horror side, I like all the haunted toys. I like Trilogy. Trilogy with the little dolls with the little knives attack the people. And Trilogy was one of the first ones. Look that one up.
I'll look that up.
Haunted toys. And then there's Chucky, of course.
Yes.
Riding Chucky and Annabelle. I like all the haunted dolls. The haunted
Yes.
Chucky. The evil Chuckies and the haunted dolls. And,
Right.
you know, because haunted clowns and shit like that.
Yes.
When you're growing up as a little kid, the last thing you want is a haunted toy. You know?
I get it. Exactly. Hell yeah. I'm not a big, I never had like clown, like, you know what? I think I had, the closest thing I had to a clown as a kid was one of these puppets that you got in Mexico. And I got it on one of our trips down there, and it would hang in my, it was one of those souvenirs I had, but I never really got too creeped out about it. But as far as Chucky, man, I love Chucky, and I'd like to put it on for my grandson, but my wife's like, no, take that off. Don't be putting that shit on for him. But that's just like one of those things. We kind of like to share Chucky, and it's like even Halloween. And next thing you know, he's like,
want to get scared.
I know.
They truly do. They want some kind of scare.
Yeah, they do. It's just like you're scaring your buddy coming around the corner real quick. You know, we like that kind of stuff. Exactly. So let me ask you this. We know that you guys are staying busy. What's the next 2 months look for you guys as far as dates? Where y'all going to be playing?
Oh, we have a huge announcement, guys. We're going to tell them.
Bring it on.
So probably the biggest one that we haven't really announced yet. It's been announced, but you know we haven't pushed it out quite so much yet. Is July 4th. We're going to be doing the 250th anniversary of the United States, a big Doom festival in Bryan College Station at the 101 BCS on Instagram, and 9 bands from spanning the state, and we're calling it America's Doomed because I think it's fitting to how everybody kind of feels right now.
Yes, America's Doomed. 4th of July, Bryan, Texas.
So another one around the sun, and we'll see what happens for the next one.
Yes,
that's a closer. That's
July
for us.
But that gives us
that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show for you guys to headline.
And then
that's going to be.
We got one of the opening spops for Pentagram here in a couple weeks. So
I forgot really about that.
Because we've been working with Come and Take It and some of these promoters in Houston stuff, trying to get some of these shows. But when you're not from these other cities, it's kind of hard to get a placement like that. And so just luckily, they came down to Corpus because the Pentagram's never played in Corpus before.
Right, they haven't played here before.
It's definitely a show I've been wanting to check out for a while. Yeah. It's hard to get to San Antonio, Austin, Houston on like a Tuesday, just to go catch a show, and I got a business to run too.
I get it, man. So it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot, but luckily things have worked out, and they're going to be in town, and you guys are going to be opening up for that gig. That's going to be a great show for y'all. Hell yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to play for the National Act soon. The House of Rock stage. And we know that it's the stage to play on, and those nights are always special.
Always, man. One of my favorite.
It's nice having played House of Rock throughout the years. That's just been a real consistent stage. I don't think there's ever been a night where the sound was just like, it was just completely off. I'm sure we all remember Zeros. You never knew what you were gonna get.
Right, but there was always good music. There's always good live music.
There was always a shoulder-to-shoulder crowds in there too. So it's just one of those things.
It
sound doesn't have to be perfect. You got people in your face the whole time.
Right, Friday, Saturday nights, Thursdays, even Sundays over there at Zeros. Great times. But there's more good times ahead of us, man. Thank goodness for Tommy over there, Boozers, keeping the scene alive over there. Of course, House of Rock, Casey Lane, Scotty Moore over there, the guys from Slam Master Booking, Andrew Elliott, and Eric Utedes. We got some great promotions. Black
Zane
Monk.
runs
Oh yeah,
Black Monk.
yes. Always got to give us a shout out to the Black Monk over there.
Keeping the scene alive, and now Retro Rooftop, providing another venue.
Yeah, that's another great one, man. I'm glad the Retro Rooftop is taking another chance because we need another downtown venue. And speaking of downtown venues, there's the Artisan. There's another great one right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've played there once so far, so like it's just one of those things. Like we don't really focus on booking too many shows here because there's we get hit up for a lot of shows here, so we don't really reach out for a lot of them because we focus mainly on booking out of town shows ourselves, and then like just working with the bands that we know here. When they need an opener, we don't care. We'll open. Like we're not opposed to it. Like if you need a band to open, we're down. Like
Killer.
That goes for shows out of town too. We just want to play. We want to hit stage. Especially if it's a stage that we haven't played before.
Yes.
So yeah, as we go on, like we just keep trying to book farther and farther out because we still haven't left Texas yet.
Yeah, we're booked to Arlington in August.
Yeah, we'll be playing a monthly Doom series in Arlington in August. We'll be playing the August show, and it's just all Doom, Stoner, sludge bands every month at Ground Records in Arlington. And we'll be playing there in August, our first time going up that far north. And that's also when we play the July 4th festival. It's our first time playing at Bryan College Station.
Hell
New stages, new faces.
Yeah.
That's been our path.
And it's nice seeing all the other bands in the genre and seeing all the differences in how everybody approaches it.
So many different bands in a year and a half. Like, it's really incredible to think of how many different bands we've played with.
Fuck yeah.
They're all completely unique. They all have their own sound. Like, I don't think I can really think of anybody that sounds like one of the other bands we played with. They're completely unique in how they approach the genre and, the speed, the tone, the heaviness of it. I mean, everybody's got their own, they feel it out themselves. And, it's nice to see that, just the variety in it. And, and then we throw ours in the mix too.
Yeah.
And it's usually much different than what everybody else is doing.
Oh yeah.
And everybody gets along.
Yeah, everybody's super cool. I don't think we've come across one asshole yet. Everyone's fucking, they're
mellow.
Super, mellow, chill. They're just like real good conversations, nice people, badass music. It's been a great ride.
That's good to hear. I love to hear that. It's been a great ride. And the ride is it's barely getting started. 2 years deep.
No. Oh,
the album's fixing to come out. Man, big things are coming up, man. You guys have just been just taking care of business, taking care of it, earning some more stripes on the war vest, and just kicking ass and taking names, bro. I love it. Before we let you guys go tonight, I want to talk to you guys about a segment that I like to finish off with. It's called Draw the Line. I'm going to give y'all some bands to choose from, and you tell me who's your band out of these two. And I try and make it a little hard as far as like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. That won't be one of them.
Draw the line.
Yeah. So we're going to draw the line between these two bands, and we're going to tell me, say, for instance, if both bands are playing in town, who would you go see that night? Let's break the ice with you, Max. Max, who would you go see if it was between St. Vitus and the Melvins?
Well, I'm not familiar with St. Vitus, so I'd probably go with the Melvins. I do enjoy them a lot.
They are killer.
I really have enjoyed a lot of the discography, man. The early stuff to new stuff. It seems like they don't have one jam that's not good. They're solid.
Right. I get it. Fuck yes. All right. Fernando, same question. St. Vitus versus the Melvins.
I go with the Melvins.
Melvins, yummy. All right.
A lot more variety in their sound. Like, song starts out they'll have so many songs start out just super riffy, really fast, and then they'll just hit the brakes, completely change it. You know, like Buzzo's just one of those characters that, you know, nobody else like him. I mean, he's a character. His character alone like pushes that whole band to a whole new level. You know, even
big time. Yes, love me some Buzzo. And Tommy, what do you think?
I'm going because my band's going, and they're my drinking buddies, and we're all going to the Melvins.
Yeah, right. We're gonna keep it all. We're all going together.
I'm not gonna take an Uber to the other side of town and fucking Acid Wizards going to the Melvins. You know, we're gonna take an Uber and fucking line some shots up.
We're gonna fucking light that place up. Hell yeah! All right, let's go to the next one.
Acid Wizard is going to see the Melvins.
It very appropriately. I can see it.
Hell yeah.
I can see a video going like that too.
Yeah, line them up. Let's get cut off.
All right, I got two more for you, Max. How about I Hate God versus Crowbar?
Oh man, well, luckily they jammed together, so I guess I'm seeing both.
That's true. They do travel in pairs. Yeah,
they both win.
I've seen I Hate God twice. Once at Paper Tiger, and then I saw them with Crowbar. Well, they were with Crowbar at Paper Tiger too, and so I've seen them both times together. And luckily they were jamming together because that's a tough one, man. I don't know if I can split them.
Oh, okay, all right. One of my favorite ones from Crowbar is a cover they do of Dreamweaver. You remember that old school song, Dreamweaver?
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to hear it again.
Dude, I'd love to hear that.
Check that out. That's a killer jam. Kurt Weinstein singing Dreamweaver, dude. Oh, hell yeah. Wow. Do me. Love it. Okay, Fernando, what do you think? Crowbar versus I Hate God?
I'd have to go with Crowbar because I've yet to catch him. I've yet to be able to.
Oh, you weren't at the House of Rock?
I wasn't at the show. I was working.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah, I saw I Hate God back in the Zeros days, and so I haven't seen them for a good while. But I've yet to see Crowbar, so I'd definitely go see the Crowbar show.
Crowbar it is. What do you think, Tommy? Who do you like out of them
I'm
two?
definitely going to go with Crowbar. I'm just more into Crowbar, their sound, their style. And it's just the one for me.
I'm telling you.
Crowbar is the ultimate band I would love to tour with.
And that's a hell of a fucking name for a band right there, dude. Crowbar. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Love it. I'm a big fan of Crowbar. I've seen them a couple of times. I want to say over at Zeros, and then also saw them over at Backdrafts, EJ's. They used to love coming to Corpus, but I guess as things got bigger and better for them, they're doing bigger markets: Austin, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. But I got love for Crowbar all day. Now let's hit back to Max. How about this one? Weed Eater versus Bongzilla.
Oh man, I'd have to go Weed Eater. I really dig them both, but I'm gonna have to go Weed Eater on this one.
Weed Eater it is.
The real raspy fucking vocals and just fuzzed out like crazy. I mean, so is Bongzilla, but Weed Eater for sure, man. They're fucking. I'll sit here and watch their concert videos when I'm just a day off or after work or something like that, and puts me in a mood to just like really relax.
Hell yes. How do you feel about those two right there, Fernando? Weed Eater versus the Bongzilla.
I definitely go Weed Eater also.
All right.
I just like the way he fucking just doesn't give a fuck when he's playing bass. You know, he's literally slapping the shit out of it. It looks like he's gonna eat the mic half the time. He's just a great show. I'm like that Bongzilla. I'm hoping we'll catch them too one day. But Weed Eater's one of those bands. They kind of transcend the genre. You kind of want to experience it.
Yes, I like that. You want to get that Weed Eater experience. What do you think, Tommy?
Oh,
Bongzilla?
Weed Eater all the way.
All right. Fuck
Weed
yeah,
Eater
Weed
all the
Eater all the way. Something about these names, man. I love the names, dude. I think they're super cool. These two bands, especially Bongzilla and Weed Eater, I love it. And these next two right here. A matter of fact, hold on a second. You got me a little twisted over here. Okay, I got it. Okay, this next one right here. Max mentioned them earlier when we were talking. So who do you like out of these two, Max? Electric Wizard or Buzz Oven?
I haven't listened to much Buzz Oven, but hold on. What was the first one?
Electric Wizard.
Oh man, I'd go with Electric Wizard. Those guys are, I'm a big fan of those guys. Big inspiration. Something again I can put on and just like decompress and just really love the aggression that they have and the just badass lyrics, super heavy, just something in concert it would blow my mind, I'm sure.
Hell yes. What do you think, Fernando?
I'm gonna have to go Electric Wizard. I've listened to a good bit of Buzz Oven, but Electric Wizard's one of those that it was kind of like the first of that funeral doom style that I kind of got into. That there's a ton out there, but that's kind of that first one. It's that one you just kind of always go back to. Any album, just start playing and you'll be good for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like that. So what do you think, Tommy? Electric Wizard?
Yeah,
Or the Buzz
all
Oven?
day. Electric Wizard.
Oh,
that's
man.
the one. Their grooves, they're heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
They got a big catalog, too.
They're keeping the doors open for us down the road and keeping the doom metal, doom festivals. So eventually we will play with bands like that.
Yes, good point. You are eventually going to be crossing paths with these bands, man. It's just one of those things. It's inevitable, especially how Fernando was saying. We don't have to look for shows here in town because the shows will come to you when it's local. But when you always, going outside of our market here and trying to hit new areas for Acid Wizard to go conquer, that's where the real work is right there. And that's where the real reward is, because when those bands start seeing you out there, that's when you're going to hook up with those great festivals like the one you got coming up on July 4th. Hell, yeah, your name's already making a stir up, or else you guys wouldn't be headlining such a big fest. That's going to be killer.
Yeah, that was originally just supposed to be, because they usually only do 3 bands for shows there. And I had asked the venue if we could do more. And I was thinking, like 5 bands, just a couple extra bands, make it a slightly bigger show for 4th of July. And then they say, go wild. And with the help of one of the local bands up there in Bryan, I mean, they helped put together a hell of a show. And I had no intention of doing a 9-band festival as our first show up there. And, it just, it came together pretty easily, pretty quickly. And, everybody's, a band from the Valley is going to make the drive all the way up there. So, it's one of those things,
Austin, Houston, the Valley, Corpus,
Temple,
Waco.
All the different markets are coming out. Fuck yeah. Now, you mentioned a band from the Valley. Would it happen to be King in Yellow?
No. It's Wizard Wolf.
Wizard Wolf?
yes.
But we have played
Killer.
with,
Okay, haven't heard that name.
We've played
I
with
need to look
King
them
Yellow 3 times now.
Yeah.
Y'all played with them 3 times already?
Yeah.
I like them, man. I like them a lot.
Valley and
At
Austin.
the Black Monk.
Yeah,
We played
with
with
them
them
up.
at the Monk. We played with them in Austin.
Yeah, at Valhalla.
Yeah.
Shout out to King in Yellow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And shout out to Wizard Wolf. Okay, I got one more for you. Max, this is tough because how do you compare, the godfathers of heavy metal to to anybody else when it comes to doom. So my dilemma is kind of tough, but I think your answer is going to be kind of easy. But let me start with you, Max. Led Zeppelin versus Black Sabbath.
What's that?
Led Zeppelin versus Black Sabbath.
Man, I would, especially in those days, as much as I love Sabbath, I'm a huge Zeppelin fan, so I think I would definitely want to experience that at least once.
Hell yes! All right.
I'm a big fan of a lot of their stuff. One of my favorites is when the levee. What is it? When the levee
breaks.
When the levee breaks. Yeah. So, sorry, I got a little buzz going, so I'm a little forgetful. But yeah, Led Zeppelin. I grew up on that. My dad's a huge Led Zeppelin fan, so that was in the household a lot. And early on, that was what a lot of I listened to. I think on the radio there was more Zeppelin than Sabbath at the time back then. So I wouldn't want to miss that one, man.
Hell no. That's a good one. How about you, Fernando? How do you feel about them two? Black Sabbath and Zeppelin.
I'd probably go Black Sabbath. I've always listened to Zeppelin, but I always pull more towards Black Sabbath. Like, it doesn't really matter what else kind of put up next to it. I'm gonna always kind of pull that way, and I don't know. That's just I think even if you put up any of the like heavy metal bands next to them, I'll probably still pull in that direction.
Pull to Sabbath. Hey, I love the honesty. That's right. There's so much there to love, whether it's all the history. You got all the big names right there. Ozzy, Dio, Ian, some of the best voices right there, but also some of the most memorable riffs ever written of all time. Tony Iommi. So, Tommy, what do you think? Zeppelin or Sabbath?
Led Zeppelin. John Bonham has a huge influence in my left foot in the way I play drums, and their lyrics are Robert Plant and Ozzy are both just incredible lyric writers, and but I would have to go with Led Zeppelin.
I love it, man. I love that you guys have your own special reasons for liking these bands, because when I think of Doom, and I got a chance to hear Iron Man came up on one of the playlists, and I was like, man, Iron Man, but especially Black Sabbath. I think Black Sabbath itself is kind of like, it started it. I mean, those first notes of Black Sabbath, that's like Doom. You want to hear Doom? Put Black Sabbath on, and that'll give you a good start, and then we'll keep going from there. But that's like the building block right there.
War Pigs.
War Pigs, yeah. Love it. Sweet Leaf, right?
The beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part.
The Wizard.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I went to the Wizard. Oh, I love it. Electric Funeral. You got a lot. Yeah, they took it to another level that really kind of was almost like an encyclopedia for future Doom and sludge bands to kind of go by and like, hey, check it out. Here's a little something. Because what I've noticed throughout all of my years of jamming, I like to. There's some riffs that you're gonna end up almost. I don't want to say copycatting, but you're gonna it's gonna end up in your mix somewhere. And so what I've told my guys, just change a note. Yeah, you're influenced by it, and it just becomes a part of that song or that riff that you're creating. And I just say go with it. Go with it. It's going to be yours. You're going to put it out your own way. You're going to develop that song and arrange it, and you're going to perform it in a way that only you'll be able to. So, yeah, Black Sabbath may have wrote every riff there is when it comes to metal, but as we all know, as players, it's such a great collection to be able to choose from. And, you know, with a little should I say, when I think of this genre, I think of also getting relaxed, getting comfortable, enjoying enjoying the sex, drugs, and rock and roll that comes along with it, and it kind of gets you into that doom feel that I've really been able to enjoy going down the rabbit hole over the past few days, and enjoying the doom list, hearing Weed Eater, hearing Bongzilla and Buzz Oven, Saint Vitus.
Typo Negative also.
Oh, Typo Negative.
Typo Negative.
I'm glad you brought them up, because Peter Steele, especially like in the Carnivore days, he's got that buzz going on in his bass that is kind of almost very doom-like. And when they covered Black Sabbath song, wow. Typo doing Black Sabbath, heavy fucking
close to doom. Like, it's Typo Negative is a great band.
Yeah.
Now, Peter Steele, somebody told me that I was like, I think a couple weekends ago, that I guess something I did reminded them of Peter Steele. They're like kind of channeling some Peter Steele. And I was like, I definitely didn't expect to hear that one.
That's
hey, that's a hell of a compliment. That's badass.
Yeah,
it is coming out naturally. Oh, hell yeah. Gentlemen, I've had a great time chatting with you guys tonight, really learning about Acid Wizard, but learning about the groove that exists between you three guys, and the chemistry that makes this band so special, but so fucking very heavy. You guys come from heavy backgrounds, great places of influence, and well-rounded musicians, that when you guys have come together for this one, I don't blame Tommy one bit for wanting to be a part of the band, because, sometimes you come across these bands, you're like, man, I wish they didn't have a singer so I could, from my point of view, I wish they didn't have a singer so I could have a gig, and I want to go jam with these guys, but that guy just sings a lot better than me.
I was a fan first.
Yay! I know what you mean, and that's how it started with me. Like with Devastation, I would see like the Devil dudes at the shows of Metallica, and I'd be like, man, I want to be like Rodney. I want to be the fucking singer. I want to be the man doing that shit. And I haven't accomplished nearly half as much as Rodney or some of the other big dogs that have gotten out of Corpus. But man, I've had a great ride, and I've been able to do it with all my friends.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for the world, dude. It's been the best. And
we're playing at the Black Monk this Friday. So
this Friday?
Yes.
This Friday, yeah.
Fuck yeah. And guys, if you don't know already, here in Corpus, a Black Monk is always free. Go in there and you can catch live music Friday, Saturday. I think they might have charged maybe once in 1,000 gigs there. You know what I mean? Because it's just
very few that they do a cover.
Right.
If they're charging a cover, it's usually a band that you probably wouldn't see in Corpus.
Right. Good point, Fernando. Exactly. And Zane Campbell, thanks for making it happen out there, and always keeping a great place for all of us bands here to be able to go and play. He always makes it possible, and it's always as easy as just hitting him up. He's a promoter of musicianship, talent, and good people. And so big shout out to Zane Campbell and everybody there at the Black Monk Tavern. And Acid Wizard, thanks for being my guest on the show tonight. I can't wait to catch you guys live. It's going to be awesome. And I hope that we can maybe team up with the show, do something with War Cold and Acid Wizard somewhere down the line.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
Hell yeah. I will definitely hit you guys up. And for you guys that have been watching the show tonight, thanks a lot for watching. Fern Burn, Suffering Doom, Rupert Sosa, Dan Pretzer. Guys, thanks for chiming in the chat room tonight. Make sure that if you haven't, you subscribe to the Acid Wizard on YouTube, on their channel. Give them a subscribe right there. And also subscribe to their to your favorite platform. Look up Acid Wizard. If you got Spotify like I do, you will come across Chronic Dust. Give them a like and give them a follow. And that way, whenever they're putting out the new album, they will have a mention or a notification going to you saying, hey, Acid Wizard's about to drop their new music. Get your pre-save in, save it, get ready for it, because it's going to drop on this date. But make sure you're keeping up with that.
Acid Wizard TX.
It's coming.
We're looking at, how many more months are we looking at?
Probably by August we'll be dropping it. It's
August.
Gotta see how long it's gonna take to print, And,
okay.
And then once we get a confirmation on when it'll be delivered, then we'll start planning out. A little run and a local show and a few shows around the area to
album release show.
Push it out.
Yes, fuck yeah. Very proud of you guys. Very proud of what you guys have accomplished already, but really excited about what the future holds for Acid Wizard, man. You guys are perfect for this genre. Doom and sludge is your forte, and I've seen it done live. And take it from me, from you guys that are out there, you need to see Acid Wizard live. Check them out. Support live music, but support my bros right here. Max Riot.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Tommy. Brothers, I will see you guys real soon. I'm sure over at TFC at rehearsal, getting the you know how we do it, man. We got to get out there and make it work. But once again, everybody out there, make sure you tune in to Acid Wizard. All right, go to their Facebook.
Support
you're on Instagram.
Music.
That's right. And
Keep
be sure you're
supporting live music.
This Friday, you know where they're going to be, over the Black Monk Tavern. Show starts about 9 or 10 o'clock, but get over there and get yourself a good seat. And get ready for the Acid Wizard and grab some merch. All right. These guys are loaded with merch. You're going to love it. Gentlemen, I can keep going on and on, but I just want to tell you, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Thanks for making the time.
I'll see you at the show.
That's right. I'll see you at the show.